Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and the fact that it has decisively moved into the upper regression band. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Now, as I've said before, the regression band, and I have to say this every video because there's always new people. You might be tired of hearing me say it. The upper regression band is only fit to 3 data points. Okay, we do not yet know how predictive it will be, if at all. Similar to the pi cycle top indicator, which is essentially a fit of 3 data points. Okay, now what's interesting is the pi cycle top indicator did flash a day or two ago, depending on what exchange you use. But we are also moving into the regression band. Now, we have not had a weekly close in it yet. And in order to have a weekly close in it, we will need to close well above $61,000. So it seems like there's a decent chance we're able to do that, but there's still a long ways to go in the week. Now, right now, based off all the indicators we use, the pi cycle top appears to be the most conservative. And this is not my indicator. This was made by Philip Swift. So it appears to be the most conservative in saying, okay, we are currently at a pi cycle top. Now, based on our regression band, it currently goes all the way up to 90.4K, okay, and it's moving up $70 a day. So you can see we have fits to 3 different data points for the pi cycle top, and this is where it's predicting the top. We have fits to 3 different data points with our logarithmic regression band, and it could theoretically go all the way up to $94,000 in the short term, or 90.4K, not 94,000, 90.4K in the short term, and still be within our uncertainty band here. Or this other indicator that we were just discussing a few days ago, basically all it is, it's not even really a fit, it's more or less just a very simple mathematical equation that happens to hit these major peaks here. It's currently not, we're currently not at it right now, like we have in the past when the pi cycle top indicator hit. And for us to go to the top of that, it would be even higher than the logarithmic regression band, and it would currently be corresponding to $108,000. So I think the important thing is to realize that there's a lot of indicators out there, not only the ones we've made here, but other people have made as well, and there's tons of them, and they're all going to give slightly different answers. The truth is, we do not know how predictive any of them are because most of these indicators, again, were made after the last bull market. So most of the indicators you'll see talked about on this channel, as well as many other channels, were made in 2019, 2018, 2020. They were not necessarily made in 2015 to then predict the 2017 top. A lot of people are using what's happened in the past to try to get a gauge on what's happening today. But we are in the upper regression band now, and what it should tell you is not necessarily that we are at a major top. What it should tell you is that the market's heated. But at the same time, you didn't necessarily need those indicators to tell you that. It's the same thing with the pi cycle top indicator. Okay, when it flashes, it doesn't necessarily mean the top is in. What it means is the market is extended, and prior times when we were this extended, that led to a nice pullback. Okay, again, the pi cycle top is not my indicator. It belongs to someone else. The regression band is my indicator that I've been using, and again, it's the same thing. A decisive move into it does not necessarily mean we're at a local top, but it certainly means that the market is very heated, and you can see, I mean, you just look at the chart, again, you don't necessarily need the indicator to tell you that. And the problem is it's really hard to know how high things can extend in a manic bubble. Okay, it's really hard to know how high they can extend. And I mean, I know there's a lot of predictions out there that go much higher than these levels, and I would contend that I think that they could go higher than these levels. I think that the peak for the market cycle will likely be between $100,000 to $200,000. Now, whether that happens in the next few months or in, you know, or a longer period of time than that, we'll have to simply see how that plays out. For us to go to 100K today would be above the regression band by a few percentage points. But then again, we also have gone above it before by a few percentage points if you look at prior wicks above it. So I would say right now, we just want to keep a close eye on what we're doing on our weekly candles. Okay, are we getting something that looks like a major blow off top, or is it more of the same where we go up for a while and then just consolidate and then continue along the way? And this is the argument we've been using for a lot of the different altcoins, and saying it doesn't quite yet look like a major blow off top, because when you consolidate for 2 months just shy of the prior all-time high, to me that doesn't look like a blow off top. Okay, now when we do get a blow off top, it'll probably be accompanied by everyone thinking that it's never going to drop. And so it's a very dangerous spot to be in. So, you know, if you're buying now, just be careful. Just be careful. Don't bet the family farm. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. You know, even for the people buying now, and I should say, you know, specifically with Bitcoin, because I mean this video is on Bitcoin. Even with the people buying now, even if there were to be a correction in the next few months, if history has taught us anything with Bitcoin, it's that time is on our side. And we say that in light of the market cycle generally, in terms of time being on your side. But even outside the scope of a single cycle, time is on our side. And you know, the people that bought over here are still, I mean, they had to sit for a few years, which of course the time value of money is something that we should consider. But even these guys are still sitting pretty today if they just held on to their Bitcoin. So I think people should approach this market with a high level of caution in general. When you start to see the confluence of a lot of different indicators saying, okay, we're getting extended, but the hard part is knowing how high into this can we go. We just hit the pi cycle top one, which is the most conservative out of all three of these. The next one is our logarithmic regression band, which goes all the way up to just over 90K, but it's moving up by about $70 a day. And then there's this other one, which was it's basically a fit to 4 data points. You know, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the fifth one being all the way up here. So there's a lot of different indicators we can use, and I think it's going to be one hell of a ride. I don't yet, you know, I can't really say too much in terms of where I think we're exactly going to have a correction. But if we start seeing weekly candle after weekly candle after weekly candle just pushing higher and higher and higher, like, you know, 15%, 20% week after week, then it might be time to consider the implications when we look back at prior cycles and have seen similar things. So right now, as we've maintained for the last 7 months or so, momentum is hard to stop. The direction for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is more likely to go up than down. We've been saying that for 7 months. Okay, at some point we'll get a correction, and that'll be a key momentum shift in the market. But we're just simply not there yet. Okay, we're just simply not there yet, and momentum is hard to stop. Okay, and I'll say it again: momentum is hard to stop. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We also have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. Definitely subscribe and turn on your alerts. Let's go for 310,000 subscribers. Remember, as I said before, momentum is hard to stop. And whenever it does stop, I mean, things can get relatively nasty in the short term. But you know, if you've been in crypto for a long time, this isn't really news to you, of course. And again, you know, you won't go broke taking profits along the way. Right now, I'm sort of just writing things and seeing where things go in the immediate short term. But I've also positioned myself to be in a spot where I have taken some off the table, but I still have sizable positions to continue to ride higher. So we'll see where the next few days take us, because obviously the first day of passing the prior all-time high has been significant, and if we continue to do this day in and day out, then then just think about how crazy the market could get. Because right now, not only is the Bitcoin price going up, but you see a lot of altcoins going up basically commensurate with it, and some of them going up even faster. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see if Bitcoin can push through the upper regression band. I mean, to get to the top, it needs to go up another $25,000 or so. We'll see if Bitcoin will make that happen. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.